there's a new iPhone case that's on Kickstarter. It's called the SDI. That doesn't sound great when you say it out loud.
No, that sounds like a disease.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are backing it. It's got over, I think, $100,000 on Kickstarter. Here's an image of what it looks like. It might take you a second to figure out what's wrong with this picture. Huh. It's an iPhone case that's also an Android device.
What?
Yeah. So basically, you put your iPhone in this case. It acts as a backup battery and an extra phone. And it uses I think it uses the camera, the headphone jack. It basically connects to the iPhone and uses some of the parts of it. So you can use the Android screen to take a picture of yourself with the iPhone. I'm still not sure how that works. But yeah, it seems like one of those kind of crazy roundabout things. You can put extra SIM cards in there. I think it does. It has infrared support, which the iPhone doesn't, so you can turn off TVs in bars if you don't want to watch sports, stuff like that. This thing is kind of wacky, but it got me kind of falling down this rabbit hole.
Hold on, I have to pause for that. Is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen on Kickstarter, and Kickstarter is a website dedicated to weird things. That's completely insane. That's like if you had if I turned my Switch over and there was a Vita on the other side of it. That's completely nuts.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool.
Are you gonna get one?
Initially, hell no. Initially, I feel like if they made a dumbed down version that was like, hey, it's I don't even know, a backup screen. Actually, no, I have no need for this. But it's a cool idea, and I think it makes a ton of sense for developers. Honestly, if you're trying to develop simultaneously for both, and you need to test stuff on it, or if you're just I don't know what the practical application is here, but it's out there. You can go to sd.me and check that out. But anyway, like I said, I fell down this weird rabbit hole of other phone cases that are also just kind of insane and over the top and sort of stupid, but still sort of cool. There's always that level of sort of James Bond gimmickry where you're like,
right.
I don't need ejector seats in my car, but I want them.
It's nice to have a thing that you'll never really use, but to know that it's there in case you might want to use it.
Sure. Well, let's start out with this one. This is a case you might have seen out there in the wild. People make these phone cases that look like books. Weird part about that, though, is you either look like the guy who carries around the Bible, like you're a priest, or you're taking selfies with a Bible. That gets kind of weird, too.
Yeah.
What I like here is, if we get that lower third out of there, if you see the encyclopedia isn't the entire encyclopedia, it's just E through F.
What?
So you look like a third grader trying to act smart. You're just carrying around a volume of the encyclopedia.
Why those letters?
I don't know. It's the first part of the encyclopedia. I think they're it's not unrealistic for it to. You can fit the entire. It's it is the Hitchhiker's Guide. You got Wikipedia on that thing. But
side tangent. But is the word encyclopedia in the encyclopedia?
All right, so moving on, you could also get these weird cartoon character cases. I like this because this is also the top 5 phone cases that my girlfriend had at one point and then inevitably broke or lost or just realized was a terrible idea.
Yep.
These are not for people to put their phones in their pockets.
No, I don't get this because this is it's so impractical.
I mean, I guess maybe if you got a child who you don't want them to drop the phone.
Also, Totoro looks like he got shot. like someone shot him dead. That's
That looks like the end of T1000.
He should be outlined in chalk. That cat in the corner with either his pangus or a turd riding up his leg.
That's a weird placement for that.
He looks like he's got a predator laser dot on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these animals look very sick.
I don't think we're even allowed to talk about what Totoro's ears look like there. So let's move on to the next one.
Oh!
Which is this guy.
What is this?
So I looked at this. I was looking at. They do make these ones that are basically utility kits, which are iPhone cases that have screwdrivers and nail clippers and all kinds of stuff that come out of it. And I was like, it's such a cool idea, but if you ever get on an airplane, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
And then I looked at those were TSA compliant, so I just searched iPhone case knife. So you can be like, yeah, here's a thing for just cutting stuff up and opening bottles.
This is TSA compliant?
I do not think this is
no
TSA
way.
compliant. Anybody who has this phone case is probably traveling by boxcar.
Yeah, this also looks like something
offense.
a predator would use.
But if you're gonna come and stab me with your phone, it'll take you a second to get here via boxcar.
Also, for something this deadly, it just looks like a little mouse wearing a bow in its head. It's actually very cute from the front.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's another one. This one.
What?
This is where it goes just off the rails. Okay, so let's say you like going on your phone.
Yeah.
You like drinking beer. You like smoking cigarettes. But you also like telling people about it, You want to maybe make a vlog about what it's like to be that sort of person. Well, good news, because not only does this phone case light cigarettes, open beers, it's also a tripod!
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can film yourself dying at 40.
Yeah. So anyway, those are phone cases that are slightly, they're all fine.
What? No, they're not all fine.
Okay.
I think some of them are okay a little bit. Most of those are terrifying. That last one is really scary. You shouldn't have a knife on your phone or this. This looks like a threat. This is a threat.
I still like the book one the best because at a glance you're like, that's cute. And then you realize that if you're walking down the street holding a Bible to your head, you look certifiably insane.
Yep. Well, you know what? That's the thwart off real dumbass robbers who thinks that all books are super tiny.